Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of College Dunia. So, today at our initiative Thoughts on Education, we have with us our Dr. C. Joe Arun. Dr. C. Joe Arun holds postgraduate degree in economics, anthropology, and management, and he holds a doctoral degree in conflict management from Oxford University in the UK. He has held various key positions in institutes of repute. He has held directorial position at ZIBA, St. Joseph Institute of Management, the Goa Institute of Management, and currently he is the director of LIBA, that is the Loyola Institute of Business Administration in Chennai. He is a consultant to companies in the area of strategy and rebranding. Welcome, sir. Welcome to College Dunia.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
I'm great, sir. I'm great.
You're safe and healthy.
Yes, sir. In this time, it is important to be safe and healthy. That is all everyone wants.
So your corona negative.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So I got positive, but I got negative again.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So starting with your interview. So my first question is, you have held key positions at education institutes of repute throughout your professional career. So what is it that keeps you connected with the education sector?
See, I consider education as a tool of empowerment, a tool that makes a difference in the lives of people. So therefore, today, whatever we have in the world, in terms of development, in terms of civilization, it's all because of education, learning. So I am very passionate about learning, and I want to make always a difference in the lives of people through education. That keeps me all the time connected to education sector, because it's where youngsters, youth live. Because if you think youth are the future of any country, therefore let us be part of that future. That's the intent with which I have been in the education sector. That has helped me to stay connected with the education sector all throughout my life.
Great, sir. Great. I mean, people say that if you want to build a nation, build the youth first. So I guess that is what you are referring to.
Exactly.
Great. So, sir, now my next question is, being the director of LIBA, what is the philosophy of leadership? How would you describe your leadership style?
I follow my own style, but I call this style called empowering style.
Okay.
My style is empowering style. It means wherever I work, wherever I lead institutes, I want to empower the faculty, empower the students. In that sense, when I empower themselves, I don't see this leadership as a position of authority, but as a position of influence. Position of influence and position of influence that makes a difference in the lives of faculty and students. When they come to the business school, wherever I have been a director, they have come and they have seen something different in their lives. Therefore, my style is more of an empowering style. Once I empower, I always want to accompany them in their process of teaching, in the process of learning, and they see a new future in their world. So my style is more of an empowering, accompanying style.
Okay. So I guess that is how we make, better humans and better leaders for the future.
Yes.
Okay. Great, sir. Great.
Not to see as leadership as a kind of an authority. Or holding position, one up, one down, but rather I want to stand shoulder to shoulder with the people whom I am working with.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very what we call a synodal type of a person. It's a kind of a horizontal leadership, not vertical leadership.
Okay, great, sir. Great. So that brings me to my next question, sir. So being the director of LIBA, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for the marketing and administration of your school?
See, I always want to be unique and different.
Mhm.
This is my,
Mhm.
from my childhood,
Mhm.
I want to be different from others in my ways of dressing, in my way of writing. If you see, my writing will be very different style.
Okay.
It's a kind of a calligraphy
Mhm.
on the board and all that.
Mhm.
Because fundamentally, when you are unique, people will see you.
That is when you
When
stand
you're
out.
different, you will stand out. Because for me, strategy means creating unique, valued position
Mhm.
involving different set of activities.
Okay.
There are about 200 pastes, but your paste is different. You need to make myself. This is my way of strategizing. Therefore, as soon as I took over LIBA, I wanted to make it unique in its way of teaching, in ways of learning, in way of doing any program for that matter.
Mhm.
So that is my style of strategizing is to be unique and different.
Okay.
What I do, then I study the situation and develop something unique, what
Mhm.
others don't.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's my way of strategizing.
Okay. Great, sir. Like improvising. Okay. Great, sir.
I won't call it improvising. It is more like in the sense, take the road less traveled.
Take the road less traveled. Okay.
Less
Great.
traveled.
Mhm. So you have interest in poetry also. I see.
Yeah.
Great, sir. Great.
Robert
Nice.
Frost. Yeah.
Robert Frost. Yeah. Great. So, sir, that brings me to my next question. So you must have seen that the education system in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. So, in your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying at LIBA?
See, I have lived 4 years in Oxford to complete my doctorate. And also I have traveled all over the world and also trained also in Finland, Finnish education. So, I don't want my students who come to LIBA to get just a degree, but to shape a future. They should not just come for a job. LIBA is not an employment center, employment office. But they come here, they discover themselves, uncover their personality, and uncover their talent, acquire skills, acquire knowledge in a particular area. They have seen, oh my God, I have found myself, discovering myself. I've never seen myself like this. That I believe will give them a future. So any LIBA student comes here, it is not just a degree, not just an employment, but a future. That future will give him more jobs, plenty of degrees.
True. So
yeah.
true.
So therefore, whoever comes to LIBA must feel that I am going to see my future. Yeah, everywhere. When he learns a subject, when he does a game or play a game or talking to people, everywhere he must see a future. It's not just a business school, but a place where I can see myself and see my future.
Okay.
It's a kind of an enlightenment center. No, I believe that's what I try to do all the time whenever we run a program or run a course.
Yeah. So students can unravel themselves and discover their true potential. You help them discover their true potential. True.
What I call to awaken their giant within.
Oh, great.
I believe that everybody is created with a purpose, unique purpose.
True.
That is why you are Harshit. That is why I am Joe Arun.
True.
That uniqueness is brought out, discovered themselves, then they will see the future.
True.
But you don't need to. Yeah, they are not clay.
True.
They are not machines.
Mm.
They are human beings.
Human beings.
God's
True. They are different in their own way.
yes.
True. So, sir, my next question will be how does the curriculum of LIBA ensure the best practice of the industry?
See, after taking over of LIBA, the first thing I did was the restructuring, evolving a new curriculum.
Okay.
I said, our faculty will not teach, because I told the faculty, telling is not teaching. When a professor comes into class, what I want to tell you today, don't tell. Telling is not teaching.
True.
A teacher should not teach. Rather, teacher should learn.
Okay.
So it's a center of teacher should learn, student should learn, director should learn, everybody must come to learn. Teaching is a very condescending, it's a kind of a colonial mindset. I want to teach you. That's not a proper approach. Let us together learn. Let us together learn. So therefore, with the industry, I said, let us co-develop a course with an industry. Suppose I want to develop a course on healthcare management. Let us work with a hospital to develop this course. Evolve 2 faculty, 2 doctors, both together work, co-develop curriculum and co-teach that subject. So therefore, we have a very good connect with TCS for analytics and Kerry Indev Logistics for logistics and supply chain management. And we have 2 other subjects like, you have artificial intelligence and machine learning with companies who are in the cutting edge of technology. Okay. So therefore, what we do is we stay connected, organically connected to industry. See, in every part of our course is taught by faculty, industry experts, alumni, and parents and others. So therefore, a student would have seen in a course variety of people, practitioners. Not that when I say something as a faculty, core faculty, I do not know what is really happening. But I will tell you the theory. But the industry, they will say, when they say, they see the image of what is going on there, you see. Therefore, we work on that type of way of doing it. So analytics, healthcare management, logistics, on all other courses, marketing, every course, we have industry people teaching as well as developing that curriculum.
So that industry academic connect is really important, sir, that yes, you are focusing towards. True. So my next question would be any insight into how LIBA could be more welcoming to students of different races or economic backgrounds?
See, what we do is any student, a poor student, marginalized students, particularly economically and socially, culturally poor, marginalized sections, Dalits, transgenders, migrants, refugees, we give complete free education.
Oh.
Yeah, 15 to 16 lakhs, complete. If a student says, I belong to a migrant community, I belong to a refugee community, I belong to an untouchable community, Dalit community, SC, ST, I score a very high mark, but I cannot join because I don't have money. Please come to LIBA. I'll give you complete free.
Great.
Yeah. So therefore, everybody is allowed inside. So if you're a passionate and you have a purpose for which MBA is needed, you please, this is the most welcoming place for you. So, what I'm saying is what we have done. I'm not saying a campaign. It's a campaign manifesto. It's not a campaign manifesto.
No, true. And it should be there. I mean, education should not be linked to financial condition. It should be there. It should be free for those who want to learn. Actually, true.
Yes.
That is a great concept.
And also, I don't leave at that level. Those who have got that complete scholarship, I ask them to write a bond with me. When they get a job, whatever they can give every month, give back to that fund, which will be used for your own sisters and brothers the next.
Amazing.
So yeah.
That is amazing. Nobody would have thought of doing such a thing. That is really.
It's very unique to Liba.
Unique.
Yes.
Yeah, and that is how you are differentiating that you were saying earlier. True. Great. So my next question would be, what do you think your roles and responsibilities to the institutes and students are?
See, my role is more in the sense of envisioning a future for the institute, envisioning future for my faculty, envisioning future for my students. This is very simple. When they come here, faculty come to I take up an institute. I want to see a different future for my Liba. And when a faculty comes to my institute to teach, and they say they will also see a career path in their life. Okay, next I join as an assistant professor, next is associate professor, and further. I will learn these things. I will empower my things. So both economically and intellectually they will go. Similarly, student comes. So my role is that envisioning, giving that vision of their growth, vision of their future. So that is my role. So what do I do? Constantly I update myself what to be done differently. How do I serve? See, my attitude is to serve this community, serve this institute. I would like to be a servant to this institute, servant to my faculty, servant to my students. I'm available. I start my office at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's really early.
No director does this.
True.
And 8 maximum 8:20, 8:30 I will be there every day. And faculties, they come at 8:30. Before they come, I want to see them. When I see, that's why before I don't see any car, I want to be inside. When I leave, I don't want to see any car.
Great.
That's my ways of doing it.
So you believe in leading by example?
Yeah, as much as possible. I'm not perfect, but I try my best.
No one is perfect. I mean, being perfect is always a process. It's always a continuous process. True.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it.
Yes. So that brings me to my next question, sir. So talking about future, what do you think should be the top priority of Liba over the next 10 years?
See, the next 10 years, I see any business school, particularly Liba, must move to technology-enabled education. And AI is going to be determining factor. It means to say that human beings are going to create artificially another human being. Am I part of this artificial intelligence world? If I don't be part of this, I have no future. This is my thought process.
Good.
Therefore, the future, we are coming up with 85 crore building, which is AI enabled. I want my students to see what they are taught. They want them to see inside in the campus. If they teach total quality management, I want the students to see that visibly in front of them in the institute. So the new building is so the future is also adapting to new technology, particularly AI, machine learning, deep learning, data sciences is the future. So therefore, marketing, whether it's marketing, finance, HR, everywhere, this artificial intelligence is the future thrust to which we want to go further and further. Already we have started working on that. And second one is we want to move into online education more. We have signed with Upgrad. Already we have rolled out many programs, online education. So therefore, the two areas, because the future is going to be pandemic world. Two things people will look for: healthcare. Therefore, we will start healthcare management. And they will look for virtual learning, virtual company. Then we'll go into for AI. So there's two areas we want to move on to.
And also, I believe that, just to add to your point, that, the current belief is that upskilling in the real classroom-based scenario is a lot easier than the virtual, than upskilling giving that same upskilling to students in the virtual world, because the virtual world is very new. So,
yes. It's very different.
It's very different. True.
It's very different. But can you give that same experience what it was in the offline on online? Yes, you can. So it is better that also I tell you, when I was conducting a webinar, one teacher asked me from Meghalaya in a webinar. She asked me, so sir, it is very difficult to really teach my students. I was a very popular teacher. Now online it's very difficult to teach. How do I connect with my students? She asked me. I said, whom do you like among the cine stars? Whom do you like most? She said, Shah Rukh Khan. Have you seen him physically anytime? No, I have not seen him. Then how did you get attracted to him? Film.
Great.
So you are watching a film which is very attractive. Make your teaching as like a film. Then they will see you as a heroine of their lives.
Like, true.
Yeah. So therefore, they're saying this is a handicap. No, never, not at all.
Right.
We are visually attracted.
So,
and audio, video is very important.
Very important. So just to add a point philosophically, there is opportunity in everything. You just need to identify it. You just need to have ears and eyes for it.
Most of the people imagine problems. You must imagine solutions.
True. Amazing. Right. So my next question is, you have been associated with LIBA in the, before becoming the director. So when you came to LIBA as the director, what was your vision of the university? And has it evolved or changed over time? And how far have you gone in implementing that vision of yours?
See, I look at education differently. I told you, it is not just it is not just information of knowledge. It's a forming of individuals for the world, for India, for a national development. Therefore, my vision for this institute was to take this institute among the top 5 or 10 in the League of Business Schools. That was my vision. I want to make it a premier institution which is very different and unique. Working on 3 capabilities, intellectual capabilities, what we call rational capabilities, and emotional capabilities, and moral capabilities. So this institute, I want to make it a kind of a capability industry, if you want to make it a capability building industry. If you have a Hyundai car industry to build Hyundai car, this is a capability building industry. There must be cars of different capabilities will be coming out. So you students coming out like that. That's my vision. I am staying on the course there. I have started that 2 years ago. This is third year. 3 years ago I started. I am staying on the course, and I have a wonderful faculty, excellent faculty, and they are committed to, and I have a very competent staff to work and give me the entire thing. But it's very difficult to persuade to wean off their old habits but they are coming out. So my vision of bringing this LIBA to a top league is being realized, is in process. What do you call work in progress?
Work in progress.
It's working.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, got it. So, sir, what would you like people to know about your institute that they may not know?
See, the institute, the only institute in the country, as far as I know, we don't have exams. No exams. You'll be surprised to know. There's no exam.
I am.
Yeah, there's no exam. Conventional exam of 3 hours, midterm, end term, and final term. No, nothing. Because we have started visualizing ourselves. Singers must be tested on singing. Dancers must be tested on dancing. If you are a very good speaker, most of your exams will be oral. If you are a very good writing, most of your exams will be written. But it will not be sitting down writing. Your exam you will be saying at the end of the course, I finished my exam about 10 days ago. So there is no exam fever, exam environment. It's an assessment of learning. If you say you're taking course on sales, the professors will ask you to go and sell in the city. They will give you things to sell and come back and share the experience of how you sell and also how you connect with the theories and concepts, frameworks that have been taught in the class learning. Therefore, when you come to LIBA, it's going to be different learning. It is not bookish learning. And also most important is as soon as you start, we have a personal growth lab, PGL, where you will develop and define your personality. You will define your identity. So 3 months, there won't be any other course, management course, but rather personal growth lab, inner child healing. And you will define yourself, you will groom yourself. There will be a beauticians will come to you and explain to you, for your face, you should not wear this glass. You must, for your face, this is not the combing way. And they will reshape you completely. Then we teach aesthetics, philosophy of management. All this will be the first 1 or 2 months, they will be shaped. And when they start developing, there won't be a classroom teaching much. It will be 20% classroom teaching. It's always learning in groups. Because to be a human is to relate with a team person. You are part of, learning is always a part of a group. How did we learn cycling? How did we learn games? Among them, see, I was a small boy and girls, what did we learn? Whenever you learn, you have been part of a group.
True.
Am I right?
No. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
True.
So we will create. So therefore, there's something new you will see. That's what it attracts the students. Oh, therefore, when you come to LIBA, you have no exams. It will be a different way of learning. And you will uncover yourself, uncover your talent, and acquire skills, develop a new knowledge. And when you go out, you will say, LIBA has changed me. And I will make a change in the world. Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
Amazing, sir. Amazing. Okay. So, what do you see as the LIBA's greatest strength, sir?
The greatest strength is the values, sir. The values we uphold. It's not profit oriented. We don't earn profit. Not at all. Whatever the money that we collect, more than 70 to 80% goes back to the students in different forms. Therefore, values are important. That's why I say, LIBA, every institute excels. There are many institute excels. But LIBA excels with ethics.
Ethics and values.
Yes, it's on values. My students, he says that I am an excellent student. Tell me, are you ethical? Because being ethical is part of excellence. If you take ethics out of excellence, it's not an excellence for us.
True.
You are an excellent profit maker, but did you make that profit ethically?
Ethically.
If you say no, that is not profit for us. It's a danger for us.
Danger, and it is not sustainable also. True.
It is never be sustainable in the world.
True.
Never been in history. Without values. So we create a value. We add value to their life, but also we follow values.
Follow values.
Yes.
Nice. Amazing, sir. So, what are the biggest challenges that you see both for the higher education in general and for LIBA specifically?
The challenge is Indian education has not bridged the gap between the real world of industry and the academic world. A student who have finished MBA or PhDM, still another 1 year, they have to train him in the industry. Then what did he do? 2 years. So this gap is the biggest challenge, sir. There's a gap between industry institute is the biggest challenge. The second one is the biggest challenge that is going to be, how do you take this entire process to online education? What I call from pipeline to platforms. Yeah, this is a shift from pipeline to platform. Platforms like Zoom, WebEx and all that. How do you run a course as we have been running? Yes. So the one is a gap between the industry institute. Another one is adapting to new technology, new virtual molds and platforms. It's the major challenge, I think, in two challenges, biggest challenges, although there are other supplementary challenges.
Okay. So, it is very important to establish a healthy relation between the faculty and the students. So, how do you tend to establish a healthy relation and environment in your institute between faculty and students?
See, what we have got a student, every student has got a mentor. We want to see, or we want to ask the students to see their faculty as mentors. So every faculty has got 15 mentors, and every week the faculty mentor meets all these 15 students. And we have also a day of silence. Throughout the day, people are silent. In the evening, the mentor meets them, how they felt today. So, and also there is a program called Guardian Angel program. A senior student is a guardian angel for the junior student. So this, and also the environment is such a way, it's a learning together, no? The atmosphere is learning together. No faculty says, you listen to me. No, not like that. Let us work together. Listen to each other. So that's an atmosphere by which our programs also, most of our programs also like that, so that there is a very good conducive atmosphere for faculty and students. So even faculty also participate in their games, They make fun of the faculty, because when they're playing badminton, they together play. They have conduct games together. They make fun of. So therefore, there is a kind of a very good environment. Even faculty, every day 10:30, they come together for a coffee. Mandatory, yeah? They come together. They celebrate their birthdays together. Like that. So therefore, there must be an atmosphere of family. I would call it a kind of a family, a group of people coming together for a purpose and live together and loving each other. They don't live together and loving each other for the purposes. So there's a kind of an organic unity between faculty and students.
Okay, great. Yeah, I mean, it is very important, because sometimes what happens is that the organizations become very formally formal, and there is no fun activity like you are telling that brings people together. So it has to be has to be a balance between the casual and a formal approach.
Yeah,
That is required. Yes, right. So that brings me to my next question. Like, what are some of the plans that you currently have or you will be designing for Liba's international affairs or students?
the international affairs, we have got MOUs, Memorandum of Understandings, with more than about 29 universities in the world.
That is,
You know what? 29 universities in the world. After I took over, we have revived certain dead MOUs have become alive, and we are working on. What we want is we want more students from foreign countries, foreign universities with whom we have MOUs to study PGDM. Like our students go to foreign countries to study, America and other places. I went to UK. We need to create an environment where they want to get a degree in Liba. So that is what we are working on. And also, we are asking the faculty in different universities where we have got MOUs to teach our students, because now we are in the virtual world. At any time, we can get 10 university professors to talk to our students. So this is where we are working on with the international relations.
That's amazing. So that's great. So, what suggestions would you like to give to the current youth and aspiring students?
I want to tell them, be passionate, follow your passion. Never be taught by someone else to tell you to do what you want, what they want you to do.
Mhm.
Never listen to that. It is very colonial mindset. Follow your passions, whatever the passions. And when you follow your passion, that must make a difference in the lives of people around you. Not only in your life, outside life. Third, you know what you have to do is very important today. Life has become more important than livelihood. Health is more important than anything else in this world today. We are in a very different world. Because you are going to live as a youth, you're going to live in the post-COVID era, which is different life. If you love someone, you can't kiss. You can't shake hands. You can't hug. What kind of relationship you are going to have? Therefore, health is going to be very different. You need to be innovative in everything. Creative in anything. As a human being, anthropologically, you know how to adapt to new situations. Therefore, I would say, follow your passions, make a difference in the lives of people, be creative, innovative. See every crisis as an opportunity. See every disease is a cure. I saw the pandemic for Liba is not a crisis, but it's an opportunity. It is not a disease, but a cure. Positive. So stay corona negative, but life positive.
Amazing, sir. Amazing. That was a really great insight from you. I'm sure our viewers would benefit a lot from your ideologies and thinkings. Thank you very much, sir, for sparing your valuable time and participating in our initiative Thoughts on Education. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Harshit.